Hey guys, just a reminder, this is not official medical advice. For such, please seek an appointment with a licensed medical provider.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Explain This. We are doing guest star series on Explain This, and we have Margaux Cousturian, our PA in North Knoxville Clinic.
Hi guys.
We're so excited to have you, and I'm excited to talk about the gut. And so this one's going to be a little bit different. We were talking about what we wanted to share, what we wanted to explain, and we are going to talk about a partial gut reconstruction. Yes, you heard it here. Partial gut reconstruction.
Yes, Andy, in what situations will we want to do a partial reconstruction?
So I'm the test patient for this. I don't know if you've ever been to a clinician who's like, okay, we got to start from square one. We have got to change your nutrition. You've got to exercise 9 times a day. You've got to be on this 20 times a day. Do 20 cartwheels and do a back handspring, and then you'll be fixed. And I'm like, I'm not going to do any of that. So Margaux has been working on my gut along with Robin. They're the gut experts. They're amazing. The gut is related to immunity, and especially with autoimmunity, which I have talked about here plenty of times. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune process. I was diagnosed at 15, which kind of cascades into other autoimmune processes. I've done the AVISE testing, which we've done videos on before with Margaux, and I've tested positive for some other autoimmune conditions that can arise in the future. Autoimmunity is notorious for flares, especially my flares usually tend to be with the skin. So I'm like, anything to help out with psoriasis type flares during stressful events is helpful. So I was with Margaux yesterday, and I'm like, Margaux, my gut, you know I didn't do anything you told me to do. And she goes, yes, I know you didn't do it. So initially we were talking about doing a full nutrition overload, and changing it, maybe doing another GI map and cleaning out. But what we decided on was a partial reconstruction.
Yes. So in some circumstances, patients are ready to make big changes. They felt bad for a long time, and they are ready for a complete overhaul. Andy doesn't feel that bad, so he's not ready for a complete overhaul.
Exactly. Yes, and to find something that fits within the, hey, what's a feasible, reasonable thing to add now? And I get a lot of patients like that. I don't know if you get those too.
Yeah, a ton.
And that's fun to that we can tailor it. If you want to do the atomic bomb, do the atomic bomb. Let's get it.
Sure.
And if you want to just do partial reconstruction, like what we're going to talk about today, it's another way to do it. So let's talk about what we've decided to do for mine.
Yeah, so it's all about tailoring the treatment to match the patient's lifestyle. So instead of doing everything at once, we are stair-stepping our way into treatment options. So instead of doing a complete diet overhaul, you are eliminating gluten.
I love it. One thing. And I can think about that. That's easy to find at restaurants. I love to eat out. Love it. Knoxville's great places to eat out. It always says GF on the menu, so I know it's gluten-free.
Yes, so many gluten-free options.
And that is, and Margaux is the gluten-free queen. So anytime Margaux's eating that at the office, I can be like, okay, if I'm eating that, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
So we decided gluten-free instead of, hey, candida diets or total elimination diet with dairy and corn and other inflammatory processes. So one thing, gluten.
Yes. We are also adding in a healing supplement, or it's actually a peptide, BPC 157.
I love it. So BPC 157, I did after a GI map. I did a gut overhaul. This is probably a couple years ago, and I did BPC 157 as healing. Now I'm just going to keep it in.
Yes. So we are adding back in the BPC. So that is a healing peptide. The gut naturally makes it, and sometimes the gut doesn't make enough. So we're adding in an oral version. It's delayed release, so it gets all the way through the intestines, and you're going to be on the higher dose.
And that's 500, right?
Yes, 500.
Okay, so all this stuff too is available. We get this. This is prescription. Is it prescription?
It's through Full Script.
Full Script, right? So too, you get it through. We direct you as providers, and this is something that Margaux does. She directs you to how to get it, and they'll get it to your doorstep. So it comes from Infinitewell. Yes, is the company that makes it. So the delayed release for me is really helpful because I want something once a day and easy. I do all my
Yes.
vitamins at night. And I do my methylene blue in the morning. So I've got a morning routine that's pretty easy, night routine that's easy and feasible. And 2, you want to have it empty stomach, right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
yes. So you do want to be empty stomach. So if you're kind of doing an intermittent fast and I'm stopping at 7 or 8, I can do it at night. And if I'm doing it in the morning, though, I already know that I'm fasting and I can add it into morning routine.
Yes, and intermittent fasting is also a great way to heal the gut.
And healing with the gut, we're trying to stop as many inflammatory processes going into it, something that is, I don't want to say reasonable because clearing it out like the old fashioned way and really going in is reasonable too. But with what I'm wanting to do right now and not crazy amount of symptoms, this is what we've chosen. So I've done BPC 157, gluten-free, and
And we're also adding in L-glutamine.
L-glutamine. Tell me about L-glutamine because I've talked about it a lot. I still don't understand.
Glutamine is an amino acid, and our body needs a lot of it to help build protein, and it's really healing for the gut. It's also great for the immune system. So if we take it in powder form, it's pretty flavorless, so you can add it to water, coffee, tea. You can take it twice a day. If you're having a lot of gut issues, you can take it up to 3 times a day. And if you take the L-glutamine version, it's easily absorbable.
I like that. And then too, even with powder forms, we've talked about supplementation. If it's encapsulated in powder, in liquid, what's technically the best way? Sometimes powder forms can have a bigger surface area spread. So that way too, it can be flavorless and you can add it to anything. If people don't like taking pills, they can get it in powder form and mix it into things because it's easily tolerated to swallow. But this one too, it really increases the surface area when we're talking about gut.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And so what we've given it is we've taken some before pictures of what, hey, this is what skin feels like. This is what, really a lot of it is with psoriasis flares, which the cell core detox really helped too. A lot of these things too, though, with autoimmunity, you got to continue doing things because there can be flares and you just never know.
Right.
So we've got BPC 157 adding to my partial gut reconstruction, gluten-free, and we're adding in L-glutamine. And really, those are the 3 things. I continue to take Digest Shield. I'm increasing the frequency with which I'm doing it, and I'm taking it with anytime I eat.
Yes.
So that's going to be 2. And the way that Digest Shield's just, we love Digest Shield.
Yes.
We love it. We hand it out like candy here. Okay.
We do.
And it's easy to take when I'm thinking of, okay, anytime I eat, this is just something that goes along with my meal. That to me is a little bit easy to remember.
Yes.
And if you forget, it's okay.
It is okay. I found it's easier for patients to hold on to it if they get a little pill container or a plastic bag and they put Digest Shield in that baggie, put it in their purse, put it in their pocket, so that anytime they're out and about, if they're having a big meal, go ahead and take a Digest Shield beforehand.
And this has prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes. So really what we're doing is we're eliminating one inflammatory protein. We're eliminating gluten.
Right.
We are adding in 2 healing processes to help out with a leaky gut. Would you call this leaky gut? Or would you just call this? Okay. She would. She'd call it leaky gut. There, we have it right here. So yes, a leaky gut, because autoimmunity with leaky gut, the junctions are open and things are coming in, wreaking havoc.
Right.
So we're healing it and trying to tighten those junctions. So 2 healing processes and increasing the frequency that we take Digest Shield.
Yes.
I
Beautiful.
love it.
Easy.
Easy.
Would you say it's easy, Andy?
Well, what I feel, because it's fun to be a patient. We're providers all the time, and then we become each other's patients.
Yeah.
And it's fun to be a patient to be like, okay, this is what I'm wanting to do. And I think that was the big thing too, is when you were talking to me, Margaux made a beautiful, beautiful nutrition plan for me, which I completely ignored. And I was like, thank you for spending this time. I'm not going to do it.
And I hear that all the time, so it's okay.
And Margaux took it like a champ, and she's like, absolutely, you do not have to do this. What can you do? And I was like, okay, let's come. And that's what the brain thought was like partial reconstruction. Hey, and I have that with people all the time. I was like, do you want to do GI map? Do you want to really investigate? Or do you want to try some stuff out and see what fits? And we can do that. That's the whole thing with integrative health, is that you can tailor it to the patient. So this is a tailored approach to some gut health, and we're going to follow it up. And we've given it a timeline. I'm big on timelines. So we're doing 2 months. 2 months, we're going to see what everything looks like. And so far right now, I feel great. I just came out of a little bit of a psoriasis flare coming out of travel. but nothing was crazy. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. Let's make the gut great again.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay. So, you heard it here first. This is an approach to partial gut reconstruction, a tailored approach to the gut with Margaux, our gut and autoimmune experts here in our North Knoxville clinic. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you for explaining this. Perfect. We'll see you next time.
Don't go away.